The masks really came about when I made a mask for myself to wear at a party. So I made a mask and a pitchfork, and I went to a party in a little house, and it was a very narrow hallway. When you came in, you had to go past people's faces quite close. Only just having made it, I didn't really think about what it looked like from the other side. I just wanted to wear this mask and not be seen, I guess. But it freaked a lot of people out. Mask parties are usually the better ones. People do things that they won't do without a mask. Same with theatre, really. If you've got to be yourself on stage, it's a lot easier to do strange things when you're made up. My name's David Skeets. I was born in Kent, England. I am a leather sculptor. Making a pair of moccasins when I was about 9, I found some leather and I wanted to make moccasins. Coming to Australia in '69, I found that you could easily buy leather and sheepskin and kangaroo skin, and so started making kangaroo products and little koala bears and moccasins and a range of different things. The mask came quite a bit later. I would just make anything that I would think up. I just want to try it. So if I hadn't made it, I would have a go at doing it. And it wasn't until I moved to Margaret River and a local newspaper interview, they saw the masks and asked more questions about the masks than they did about the general products. So I thought, ooh, maybe people are more interested in my mask. I didn't think it was a thing that anyone would want. But yeah, so I think it was a bit unusual at the time. It's all part of the old ancient history of masks. You put them on to become something else. I think really you just need to have a bit of inspiration in yourself. You need to want to do something, that's the main one. But books are beautiful, books you can flick through. I use it as an excuse to look at my beautiful books or to look at ideas. Access to information is really easy if you've got internet connection. At the times when I was doing things, it was really hard even to find a book at a library. To get an interesting book, especially if anything to do with creativity, they were really hard to get. I would collect lots of books, and it didn't matter what it was really. If it's got pictures, that's what I was after. And there may be something on the wall in a picture, nothing to do with the actual thing I'm looking for, but I'll see an idea. I used to look in windows at bags or shoes, and then I'd go home and try and make them. If I have to get into a project, and it might take a while, the first thing you do is you clean your bench, get your tools ready, sharpen your knives and tools, make sure everything's working. I find experimenting is the best way. I do draw things, but I still prefer to make something, even if it's partial or miniature. The problem when you're making sculptural leather things is that you can't really foresee how the leather will go. It's got a way of its own, and you have to learn. Each piece of leather has to be observed, and it's not always possible. If I know what I'm going to make or attempt to make, I'll have a strong cup of coffee and put some really cool music that's possibly is in the vein of the type of work I'm going to be making or working with. And then I start to dream, because you got to visualize what it is. Even if it's a bag, you've got to actually imagine it finished, then work through the process of how do you make it look the way you want it to look. I don't create to make a living because it's too difficult. It's meant to be fun. I've tried making a living out of leatherwork, and it's just not worth the effort. You go from something really creative to being a slave to somebody else's desires. If they're not interesting in their needs or wants, then the whole thing's a bit boring. Certainly makes me better looking, I think. I have to keep stopping things because life keeps getting in the way. Unfortunately, the stupid things take over, so you can't keep doing the interesting. And you're changing. Life's changing you, you're changing. It's a bit like having to stop running or anything else. You've got to start all over again. You have to find where you were at. The ideas change too. Sometimes it's good because you've got new ideas, but sometimes you can't find the track you're on.